introducing here today is I think probably the second or third job, probably the third actually. There's probably going to be more if we have the chance to do so, because we've been really happy with what you've done for us. We basically moved into this flat and we were a bit in a hurry to do all what we wanted to do before moving in, and there was this space which looked quite ideal to have a shelf in, so we had one done and we did it very quickly and probably too cheap. And if you do too cheap, then you do it twice. That's usually what happens and what's happened. So it looked okay, but it didn't look very good, and also it wasn't strong enough to actually withhold what we wanted to put on it. So although there was a big space, we were very constrained as to the number of things we could put on it, and we were definitely not making optimal usage of it. Testimonials are really impressive as well, and from my own experience, I think they're aligned with what I felt after you've done all this job for us. So I had some quite precise ideas of what I wanted, but at the same time I was really looking for some professional advice, because obviously I'm not an expert in carpentry, so you sometimes have ideas that are not going to be workable or that can be improved, and I think you could both listen and really understand very well what I wanted to do, and at the same time come in with some improvement ideas, or be very, very frank when I might have thought, we could do this way, and you would tell me, well, actually, if you think of it practically, when you're going to be using it, it might not work as you expect it to, so we could do it in a slightly different way. So I like the combination of being able to listen to what your prospective customer is actually asking you and what has in mind, and your pragmatic approach is to being very honest about what would work, what would not, and if it would not, to come up with really interesting suggestions, and high quality suggestions. So a very good advice, very professional advice. Frankly, I was really impressed. It's quite rare when somebody comes in and gets it just the first time. So I got the designs, each of the projects you did, and I pretty much didn't have a lot to say, to change, because we really had this very good understanding of where we wanted to be, and we didn't have to go back and forth tons of time to actually come up to something that would be suitable. So it showed that you really understood what we wanted, and it also showed all your experience and professionalism. And the other thing is that I really appreciated is that although we had fixed this, when in particular, for example, for this piece, I had this change of heart at the last minute, and I thought we could open the last part of the shelves. You actually accommodated that readily, but I really appreciated your flexibility regarding that matter. That was also a very good point. I was impressed by the quality of the people who work with you, and their expertise in terms of their jobs, but also how polite they were, punctual. I mean, these jobs are relatively substantial. I was in the flat because I do work from home most of the time. It almost felt like nobody was there. They minimized the noise, the clutter. They were very careful into being extremely tidy, cleaning everything at the end of the day, being very respectful, smiley people, really nice people, and it's great. You have people in your flat, it's your intimacy, and they respect it, and at the same time, they're nice, and you can have a quick chit chat, and it was overall a very nice experience. On that basis, if we have any chance to do some more carpentry work, I know I won't look too far, and the first person I'll call is you. Yes, I think it definitely corresponds to what I had thought about. I'd say it's all about what you want. If you really want something cheap, you're just gonna have something cheap. So I think this is really worth the investment. Any pound we spent on this job, I think, is worth it, and it is well deserved owing to the quality of the work you do. And you do high-end quality jobs, no cheap dirty jobs. So if this is what people are looking for, I would definitely contact you, because I think I don't regret any single penny I've spent on any other work you've done for us. It all looks nice now, but even when you were doing it,
You know, it was never an experience where we had to complain about anything. So definitely worth every penny I've spent on it. The communication was brilliant from start to finish. You arranged very promptly an appointment to come and see me, and you spent proper time with me. So it wasn't like, okay, I just have half an hour and then I'm going to rush to see the next customer. So that was really great, because the quality time we spent together on the first time really helped smoothing the whole of the project.